How's everybody doing? Fred here again, cutting edge window tinting. What we got here is it's a fairly simple vehicle. It's a 2020 Chevy Equinox. It's nothing super crazy, super special, but nonetheless, we'd like to put some videos up there because we all began somewhere and we always have questions. So first, what we got to do is clean off our back window. As you can see here, we already removed this back wiper just because of keeps it from getting in the way. It's not really hard to do. Just take that, pull the cover, so whenever it's on there, you pull the cover out from the back and then push to the right and out, because as you can see, it's got a little mechanism right here where it slides in here, which locks it into place. And then you just remove the little nut from up on top. So then there's that. And then once you taking that apart, we clean the back window. Again, this is just my way of doing things. I know a lot of people might wet shrink it. I personally don't know a lot of people who wet shrink. So again, so what I use here is a just regular bar of soap. Wet towel. I've been using that forever. Actually, I just ran out of soap. I still have a little bitty piece left, which is, this thing's probably lasted me over a year. Wipe down her back window so it gets full coverage, and then that bad boy just dries. So on this back one, again, we're going to be using a plotter cut piece of film. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It all really depends on how you guys like to do things. So as you can see, here's the plotter line. I like to cut it pretty close all the way around it. And I leave it on there for the time being just to protect it from any type of like curling or anything that happens during the shrinking. So then we'll come and then we'll lay it on our window here in a little bit, as soon as that dries up. All right, so now that that's all dried up, I like to keep a damp towel just for my tacking points. So I have a damp towel. Then we'll grab our pattern. Come right across here, lay it up. And this is why I like to cut it pretty close, so that way we don't have a lot of, whenever we're shrinking the film, it's not really in the way down here. It lays nice, and it lays nice up there as well. So take it, tack it right across the center. Again, I like to use my wet cloth here so that way I can start making a line all the way across. So that way we tack it and it won't move. I know if you tack it, some people say that if you tack it without wetting it, it's more than enough, but I just like to take that extra precaution, because the one thing I do hate is if I'm shrinking it and then all of a sudden it freaking moves on me. And again, just like everything else, when you lay the line, always try to lay a line right where you see that the film is laying down naturally. So for example, on these, I'll do like a little bit of a half moon type deal here, so there it laid down, and then that way, just so so we can get some tack up and down, because either way this film's gonna shrink naturally that way. I find that sometimes if we do just a straight up and down pattern, it leaves huge fingers, and I feel it's, again, just for me, I find it a little bit more awkward to shrink a huge finger, and instead of like this, the finger has to come out a little bit. It'll come out and it'll naturally just lay down. So warm up our heat gun. So what I like to do here is, again, just Start heating it until you see some sort of reaction. Go straight across. Straight across. Remember, only push down until the spot that you shrank, that you saw the film start reacting. So for example, you see this film reacted to around there, push it down to that, because if you go past that point, most likely you're going to crease it. So again, this is my style. I like to go straight across. That way I feel like all the tension is spread out through the film equally. That way, you know, again, maybe it's just in my head. So then all the way across. And remember, we're always pushing straight down. Sometimes you might be tempted on these edges to, you know, heat it and push straight out, but then that's when you're going to get a crease. So as you can see, just going straight across, just to the point where the film is reacting. And shrinking. So again, just remember, just as soon as it starts reacting, straight down, straight down, straight down, straight down. You see that when it starts reacting, just make sure you push straight down, straight down. Up, straight down, same thing. I just always making sure you go straight down, straight down. So same thing for the top. Sometimes this might be a little bit more awkward for you to, well, at least it is for me. Same thing, straight up, straight up. As soon as you see it start reacting, straight up. Again, it's not a terribly hard window to shrink, but you know, like I've said before, just, you know, you sort of look at it and you trick yourself into thinking, oh man, how am I going to do that, or like, how do I even start? The major thing is just to look at the film, look how it naturally lays on the glass, and then just try to help it do what you want it to do. Again, you don't necessarily have to force it to do anything, because most of the times it'll lay right how you want it to. So as I'm getting right up to the top, I can't get my tack, Mac tack, whatever this is. I don't know, it's just a tack wrap thingamajig. So what I'll do is, actually I'll pull the film off a little bit, slide it down some, just enough so I can see that top edge. Go ahead and re-tack it here. Re-tack it here. Go up, up, up. Just remember where that center line is. Again, I try to always do it with your hand first, so then that way you don't crease it. So then we go up. You know, we got pretty much the gist of it here. Tack it here. We'll take our wet cloth here, so then that sticks there. There we go. Wet cloth over here. That bad boy sticks. And just remember, all we're trying to do is just shrink that little bit that's left up on top. It's not like we're trying to do anything super crazy. So get to that, lay it down. And as you can see, it wasn't really a whole lot that you had to do, but it's nice to get those out, so that way you don't have any surprises when you go ahead and install it on the inside. And that's it. Then you're ready to go. Pull it off, pull the little excess off the edge of your film, prep your inside of the window, and you're ready to go. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Try to put up some more videos often. Sometimes, you know, we get pretty busy around here, but I'm definitely trying. Drop some comments if you have anything that you want to see in specifically, or any questions, or if you have a different way to do things that we're doing here on the video, put them up. I always like to learn. I always like to see how everybody does stuff. The only thing we can do here and in life is just keep on learning. All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate it.